Welcome to Business Focus, a production of the Greater Reston Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, LJ Wilson, and today I have Bill Knight. He's the Fairfax 2015 World Fire and Police President and CEO. Is that correct?
That's right. World Police and Fire Game.
So, Bill, can you tell me some more about that? That's going to be a very exciting item here in this area. Can you tell me about that?
Sure. The World Police and Fire Games is an Olympic-style competition for public safety officers from all over the world. So we're going to have first responders from over 70 countries descending on Fairfax County and the National Capital Region from June 26th to July 5th of 2015. So it's going to be a huge event, the largest ever in Northern Virginia.
Well, with that in mind, where exactly will the events be held?
Sure. Actually, Reston Town Center is our social hub, and so our Athletes Village is what we call it. It is based right there in the town center, and we'll have a very large footprint there. It'll be primarily entertainment. It's the place that the athletes know they can go every evening to sort of meet their fellow comrades, and the camaraderie of these games is just as important as the competition, but there are some serious athletes as well.
Well, Bill, how can the community get involved? Businesses, sponsorships?
Yeah, and I'm going to touch on that, but first I'm going to expand a little bit on where all the activities are taking place, because it literally, these games are all over the region. Where Fairfax County won the right to host the games a few years back, these games are so large. We're in Washington, D.C. with opening ceremonies. We're in Maryland with a couple of venues. We're in Loudoun, Prince William, Arlington counties. We're even in some of the city jurisdictions, Fairfax and Herndon. So we're all over the place and have great venues. Obviously, George Mason is a big venue.
Great school.
So I'm sorry, your next question.
Well, the other question was, how can some of the businesses get involved and the community get involved?
The community as a whole can get involved. In fact, we encourage everyone to get involved. It really takes everyone to put on a games of this kind. And from volunteering, we need 4,000 volunteers to support the games. We need more sponsors to come help us provide the funding to put on the games at the level we want to achieve. And we have a merchant incentive program that we've introduced, which brings the merchants and restaurants and so forth to the table to offer some special incentives to the athletes, because at the end of the day, this is what's going to make us successful, is creating a great athlete experience and bringing the community out and engaging the community with these heroes.
So I understand that there's going to be a lot of businesses involved, and that's the goal. What is the incentive for the chambers to get involved? Because I remember someone speaking of that, and
Sure.
Do you know what the incentive for the
Well,
chambers?
all of the chambers in the area are very much involved. I mean, almost from day one when we started this effort, but Fairfax County Chamber and the Reston Chamber have been very active with us. But literally, you name all the chambers, and they're helping in the effort to spread the word. And with limited budget and so forth, it takes a lot of word of mouth to get the information out. And I'm sure there's some people watching today that hadn't heard about these games, but they are huge, and I suspect they're going to galvanize this community and really create an awesome celebration this summer.
So you mentioned you need a lot of volunteers. How can volunteers get involved for this event?
There are any number of opportunities. Obviously, with 61 sports and 53 venues, we have a lot of need for sport-specific volunteers, both on the field of play and at the venue. We also have needs for medical volunteers. We have needs for transportation assistance and just greeters. And there's a wide breadth of opportunities, so all ages and so forth. While I will say there's a qualification there, there's a minimum age.
There's the qualifications.
But everybody come out and help us put on a great event.
Okay, so I have this question for you. How did this whole concept come about?
Great question. a police officer, Bruce Bleckel, and a firefighter, Jerome Williams, both from Fairfax County, were competing in these games in Stockholm, because these games travel all over the world every
Wow.
2 years. And in 1999, they met one another, even though they both lived 2 miles apart in Fairfax County, and they started, discussing, hey, wouldn't it be neat to bring these back to Fairfax County in the National Capital Region? And with a lot of effort and bringing people together, they were successful in winning the 2015 games.
Wow. So, what's the one thing you want people to know about these games and what it means to the people or to our first responders who are participating in these games?
Well, thank you for that question, because these games are all about first responders, and it's honoring the courage and dedication that they bring to their job every day. I mean, these are the guys that, and gals that they don't know when they wake up whether they're going to have to put themselves in harm's way to protect and serve us. And so this is very important for us to, treat these guys like Olympic athletes and give them that kind of experience, and it takes the entire community rallying to make that happen.
Wow. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for coming to see us today.
Thank you, LJ.
This is Bill Knight. He is Fairfax 2015's World Fire and Police President and CEO of the games that are going to be coming to our area. And I just have one last thing I want you to say.
Sure.
View the video
On the website.
on the website.
Yeah.
And
It's fairfax2015.com.
listen to that and make sure that you come out and volunteer and also ask about the business sponsorships, which is very important. I'm your host, LJ Wilson, and I hope to see you again.